We'll shove the Jack Queen. Or 3-bet shove Jack Queen. I think it's worth taking this spot. It's close. But getting heads up would be, with a somewhat of a reasonable stack, would be definitely worth it. It's got pretty good EV, typically 3-way, and you can just hit a Jack and get lucky when you're dominated and hold. And hold. So we'll take that. Wouldn't always take, like, in different lineups, might not take that, but we'll certainly take in this spot. Start with check. We know Chesko button versus big blind has done a bunch of checking back on these high boards with king high and two pair. So wouldn't be surprised to see a check back here. Just a bet. Now if I had a slightly better hand, I might attack this spot given what we saw earlier. But our Jack 5 just a bit. If I had, let's say, Jack 6 with a spade and a diamond, I think I would go for it there. Given they're super passive, I might just open jamming 6. I don't think it makes sense to limp and trap. I don't expect this player to have an ISO bluff. That may be completely wrong. But if that assumption is true and he mode locks some of the spots, it doesn't really make sense to like limp trap some of your weaker A6. I'm going to go for an open cut. Oh my god, that is bright. I was like, the sun's almost out. It's getting really late in the thing, and then completely blinding my eyes. This is what it looks like. That's the sun, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous. You've never seen that before on Twitch. This Twitch. I mean, you might have seen someone else with sunlight on Twitch, but... Alright, immediate 3x ISO. That was cool. Not thrilled. Keep it small. Up row check. Goes big. Feels value-y. Bosh! Thank you so much, Bosh. Bosh, Bosh, Bosh. Very, 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 very kind of you. Thank you for your 13 months of support. How have you been doing, mate? How has life been treating you? How's poker been treating you? Thanks very much. We've been very blessed today with all the subscriptions, huh? Very nice. Go for a bet in a barrel here. I think typically not much Jack X in our opponent's range, but he's going to have tons of Queen X, 9X, 7X that can call folds. King, Queen, Ace, King, or whatever. Queen 6 probably calls and then folds. And if he's got air, he folds. That's cool as well. King 4, for example. We'll limp the King through suited. Okay, min ISO this time. Interesting, we saw a 3x ISO, and now we see a min ISO. Typically a bit more polar. Could be aces, could be a bluff, I don't know. But if it's aces, it probably goes 3BB on this pot. I'm expecting 3BB here. No, a check. I think this is air. So let's start betting. That's basically the thought process of this hand. The 2BB min ISO. Pocket jacks maybe then. Okay. Weird click on that border. Meanwhile, we're struggling in a 2x against someone that we don't know if they're good or they're either super genius or they're maybe not the best in terms of the strategies. Either way, we're getting owned. Chesko is certainly playing in an unorthodox manner. Thank you, by the way, Aaron, very much for your subscription. That's very, very kind. All right, check back the 5-4. Let's hit a flop. Let's sort of hit in the flop. Not a lot of ace-x in the limping range at 7BB. We've seen them check back a bunch of traps. So if they do have an ace-x, they may well check back. Also seen them check back some king highs as well. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to just check jam this and feel fairly comfortable that this can definitely be more bluff weighted. Maybe wrong, of course. They could just have a queen. But we have outs against the queen. A bit of an over whatever. But I think I'd rather eliminate some of the variance from the spot than try and like check very small and then maneuver around turns, which is going to be incredibly awkward. Against a player I still don't feel super comfortable we got a grip on. Min ISOs again. So they've had a pretty high ISO frequency, which makes it a challenge. I'm going to, against a min ISO, I'm not really folding suited hands, but we could be a fold if they're only min ISOing the top end of the range. We don't know. Last time they checked, we bet they min clicked. So I don't know. I think we'll start with a check. Jack comes. It's a great board for our range here, but yeah, we're just going to fold the 9-3. JJ Howdy says, hey up, Tomo. Good to see you back. Howdy, JJ. How are you doing? Thank you very much. It's good to be back. Good to be back where I belong. At a 2x at the 50. Struggling. I'm going to check here. I cannot get a grip on Chess Cusco. He's, she or they are destroying me. And so I feel like in these sort of spots, I'm going to try and not go passive. But because I don't know what to make of a lot of this stuff, I'd like to get a showdown or two. So let's check call. The river we will also be check calling. They may now choose to bluff some hands. They may choose to check back a hand. We may miss some value from I don't know what. But I think this way, it's a reasonable way to play a hand for sure. And I think maybe we pick up a bluff. And if not, get some ideas of the sort of showdowns that you turn up with. First showdown we've seen, it was a king to a spades. So a pretty interesting delay from them. And then they gave up. So they didn't go wild bluffing. Let's say that. All right. Once again, awkward SPR. Once again, I'm just going to jam. If we call before, there'd be 4.6. Eh. Okay. I'm rusty. This is it. If you're disliking how I'm playing this game, then I apologize, but I'm rusty. Queen 2 is a nice hand. But I mean, what else could we do? Cool. Like, fine. We did see they didn't go wild bluffing. All right. One more game is the plan. Let's see if we can get a win, because otherwise we're ending up down a few buy-ins. No, I'm going to just check it down, I think. Can't see too much space to get value. I mean, we could try and min bet really thin against like a queen 8 or something, which would be a reasonable part of the range. Check twice and then pop bet. I mean, it's reasonable for a king, right? So every king X probably ends up checking down and then potting this river. 5x isn't there. There's 9x probably not there. Bets the turn. 4x probably not. The question is there more king X or other stuff? I'm going to fold. I don't think queen X or jack X bluffs. And then I think if we're looking at like 10 high and below, I think some of that at least bets the turn or flop. So if you think about a hand like 8-3, might bet flop, might bet turn. If you think about a hand like 10-7, might bet flop, might bet turn. King X, I don't think there's many King X that bet the flop or turn that are unpaired, if that makes sense. So combinatoric wise, that would be masses of King X, and then nil with pot, of course. Jam and the King 10, good luck us. We'd like to win this game. We'd like to hit a king or a 10. Good. We'd like to not hit an ace. Good. Same again. I was confident here. I'm way less confident here, but for 6.5, I don't think we can fold this. Okay. I guess we want to not have a 3 hit. That's the one we didn't want. We were okay just blanking out the board, but fold 7-4. 10-9 off. Alright. Hit an ace. Hit a diamond. Hit a 5. Very nice. Very nice. We'll take it. We'll take it. Very happy with that. We'll fold the 7-4 off. This is going to be unfortunately our last game of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got 10 minutes to eat dinner and then watch football. So thank you all for being here on the return. I hope everybody is okay with it. I'm sorry about the new times if it doesn't suit you. If you're watching this on the replay, sorry. But we'll do the odd late night stream. Sure. We'll jam the Queen 3 suit. We can win this. Not a disaster. 15. We'll only be down $50. We need a queen. Queen. Would have been lovely. Okay. Okay. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's a GG, unfortunately. GG indeed. Thank you very much. So, we end up down $200. Could have been worse. We won a 5x, well timed, but certainly done a little bit. Please, if you are playing your own backroll challenge, have some more buy-ins, is my suggestion. But there we go. Why am I got such a big head here? Question.